Well, hello there, friends, and welcome to Free Stuff and Killer Deals. I'm your host, Wes. With me, as always, my good friend Roots. Roots, I'm torn, man. I don't know what to do. I have a dilemma. So, the big fights are on tonight, right? We've got Conor McGregor, we got Dustin Poirier, a whole lineup of awesome fights leading up to that awesome trilogy main event. And all I'm thinking is how I want to jump back in for some more testicle sniping. Do I think I have a problem?
Well, the one is you can go by, you can go into later. The other one, I guess you could always play later or you could watch later. But nobody wants to watch the fights after the fact, right? You want to watch that stuff live.
And
Um,
people always spoil them when I try to watch them after the fact because I normally do. Normally, I'm working on Saturday night, and I'm trying to avoid ESPN. I'm trying to avoid Twitter, and generally, somebody that I'm working with will walk up and say, "Hey, how about that fight? How about that knockout, huh?" And it ruins it. So,
yeah, you want it fresh.
right,
Yeah,
freshy, right?
refreshing. Yeah, absolutely. And before we get too far, I was gonna commend you on. I didn't know Wes was working with Walter White, and he's got all this money flowing in from behind him. But he said, "This is all about money, bro. Right? All
Well,
about the cash."
fun fact, I actually shot this video. This is all my money, and
Here's my address.
right, and no, but we're saving. We almost have enough to get a HTC Vive Pro 2.
Oh God, dude, or maybe the Focus.
Almost.
Somebody on the in the Discord was asking about, or said that they would give their. I think they said they would pay anything. Remember how I said when the Quest came out, Quest 2, people always say, I'll pay anything or whatever, and then everything changes down the road. But anyway, they said they would pay anything for a Facebook product with the clarity of the Reverb 2, right?
Well,
And
I mean, anything could mean anything, right?
well, yeah, exactly. Well, somebody said the Focus 3, and I just wanted to laugh, bro. Like,
You know,
it's not the same, dude. Like, no.
here, this is the God's honest truth. Um, I have no idea how much a Vive Focus 3 would cost. The reason why I haven't watched any reviews, I don't know how good or
Mm.
bad it is. The reason why I've completely toned it out or tuned it out rather is because I know that HTC is referring to that headset as an enterprise headset. And right off the top, that means that all this money behind me is not going to be enough. And so it doesn't matter. It could be the best headset on earth. I'm quite sure it's out of my price range, so I don't even pay it any mind.
Yeah. Well, even if it's not, it's just the principle. We got the Quest Pro, Quest 2 Pro, or whatever they're gonna call it coming out soon. I'd rather get that. Although, I mean, I'm already in the bear trap, Wes. Like people say, "Oh man, Facebook, I don't want to give them. I'm not giving them this or that." I've already given it all to them. You know what I mean? It's done, dude. The deal is sealed for me, so I might as well go Quest Pro, go Quest whatever. So.
Well, what we could be doing is going undercover routes because they take and take and take and take, but once you get inside and get that level of trust built up, you'll often find that there are opportunities to take a little bit back, right?
That's very true. And Traveling Man 3775 throwing $5 says hope it helps. We'll throw it in the fund to get us both some really expensive HTC. If I wouldn't, I mean that's the thing is like if I was gonna go that route, I'd go Index or something. With the supposed HTC. I guess they're not. They're Valve trackers, right? Or the base
Yeah,
stations.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, that's the thing, man. If it were just the cost of the headset, it would be a no-brainer. I mean, these are, uh, some of the better headsets. I'm speaking in general, of course, about Steam VR headsets. Some of the best visuals, the absolutely best tracking and compatibility. They're just always so expensive, and if it were just the headset, it would be affordable, but generally the people who are buying Valve indexes, the
Mm.
people who are buying Vive Pro 2s, they're all people who had HTC Vives and already have the base stations that you need to support it. So, yeah, as nice as it would be to own this stuff, it's currently out of my budget. Anyway,
Yeah, absolutely. Andy McAvoy throwing five. Enter your currency there.
shekels,
Shekels,
shekels.
5 shekels. Says tip McTipface for coffee and Red Bull and more VR content review. Hey, well, we
Thank you.
appreciate that. Yeah.
Speaking of review, I'm hoping to have Sniper Elite completely finished by Wednesday, so that we can do a nice in-depth review discussion for a change. I'm digging it. I'll say that early on, and I'm having a problem progressing in it, Roos, because I'm having that problem, that same problem I had with Saints and Sinners, where every version of the game is good no matter what platform you're playing on, and I'm enjoying playing the same levels over and over again. So I'm not
Mm,
really progressing in the game like I need to. So I really, I guess I just need to bite the bullet and start pressing forward with it.
just pretend your roots and you're trying to get through. Actually, I don't barrel through it. I just try to beat it and go move on. But yeah, I was thinking about that. And if you said you put a deadline on yourself for 3 days from now, that could be a problem because I've only played through a couple levels, and the first one I got all 3 stars or whatever. I was like, oh, cool, this is gonna have a whole bunch of different things. This is why Wes was saying he could go back and replay these levels, and it's a problem. It's too much for you, bro. Were you actually literally going and trying to get the testicle shots, or because that
Well,
was
no, 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 no. What I was, the 3 stars, whatever kind of achievements or tasks or whatever that they refer to those as, I have been trying to get those. But as far as like finding all the collectibles that they have hidden around the levels,
Hmm.
we're gonna save that for another playthrough. But no, no, I'm not. I do kind of try to get those because you'll notice each weapon, if you hold it up, each weapon gives you bonus points for different kinds of shots. And I will sometimes, try for those. Like you get 50 bonus points for shooting them in the eye and stuff like that. I'll try for that, but it's not something that I'll keep doing over and over again to try to achieve so many headshots or whatever.
I don't like the machine gun. I'm just telling you that right off. It feels weird when I move it back and forth. It feels like it's moving through syrup or something, man. Like every other game feels real, or good game. Every other weapon feels really good. And that's why I'm glad Wolveraza is on the job. I guess he knows more. Is talking to one of the devs, and he's going to play through and let them know what he thinks should change. And
Awesome.
hopefully we'll get some of these changes with I mean, it's just a little bit of a tweak, I think.
Yeah, most of my machine gun usage or submachine gun usage has come in the target shooting level, the level 2.
Hmm.
Generally, when I'm playing through the story levels, I stick to my scoped sniper rifle. That's my bread and butter. I
Hmm.
love it so much. And then if I'm not using that, I'm using a silenced pistol,
Hmm.
stealth mode. So that's basically uh, my process I go through. I try to stealth with the pistol. I inevitably get caught every time, and then we just pull the rifle out and start putting shells or bullets between the bad guy's eyes. So
Yeah, well, that sounds like solid plan. Mash Daddy says the handgun's a little weird. Also, I just used same thing, that handgun and the machine gun so far in that training level, and I think I did one more level after that, and then I actually died because I was just standing there taking pot shots as I was trying to snipe people and realized, oh, I can die in this. And then I had to start getting ready for the show. So.
yeah. So anyway, r- tentatively review discussion scheduled this Wednesday on Strangers in the Night. So you guys who want our deep thoughts on these by Jack Handy, tune in on Wednesday. Roots and I are going to be here, and I think Eric Masher is going to come on with us. So those of you who liked having Eric on for the Forever Bowl video, We're going to try to get him back on this Wednesday as well. So fingers crossed, all goes well, and we'll be back on Wednesday with our our deeper dive analysis on Sniper Elite, one of the bigger VR releases of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. Handgun with aim controller. I guess that would be a little weird, right? And with an aim controller.
Yeah, man, I still haven't dove into the PSVR version. Eric, quickly, um, is it worth it? Should I go throw down 30 more dollars to to play this game with the aim controller? I could see both sides of it. Obviously, the handgun's going to be weird. Taking the manual reload, which I really enjoy, out of the game is going to make it seem more arcadey. But with that said, you're talking about a two-handed controller. You're talking
Mm.
about more stability and potentially more accuracy because of it. So yeah, I could be persuaded. So Eric, tell me what to do. Do I go throw my money down? I don't know.
I thought you said gamer tag persuaded you the other way.
He did, but I'm still being wishy-washy about it.
You wanna play this. You just don't want to spend the money on
And
it. I don't blame
besides
you.
that, that was before Andy McAvoy came through with the 2 shekel donation saying, "What's on the menu for tonight, lads?" Well, I think we just, I just put my, the rest of my night out there for you. I'm going to watch the fights immediately after the episode. And then
Mm.
after that, we're going in for some more Sniper Elite.
Yeah, I am going into some Orbis VR with Spry Guy, Mash Daddy, I think Radio Runt, and hopefully Messy as well, but I don't know. So I was
Big
gonna say,
Messi. Glad to have Big Messi. Shout out Big Messi for coming back to the community. We missed you, bro.
yeah, dude, what an awesome bro.
Ash Daddy Cool in the chat says, I like the PSVR version much better. It
Hmm.
makes the game for me. It's with it.
Oh
So
wow.
there you go, Roots. I'm leaning the other way now, just like that.
Swinging the other way. That's crazy, bro. You know who else likes to swing the other way?
Oh, I
My
do.
mom!
Oh
I
yeah,
do.
she does.
Anyway, free stuff and killer deals. Roots, in many ways, this feels like the first episode to me because when we when we originally decided to break this off into its own show, the idea was is that this would be our 30 to 45 minutes short show of the week where we just talk about the deals and get out. It just so happens that we debuted the show during the summer sale and there was just so much to talk about. Like literally the free stuff episodes turned out to be the longest of the week over the last couple of weeks. So in many ways I feel like this week's free stuff and killer deals is the actual first episode of it. Coming off the Steam Summer Sale, not nearly as much to talk about this week, but still some good deals and things to pass on to the community nonetheless.
Well, you got the official money for this episode, so that's that. This does make it the first one because it is all about the deals. Andy McAvoy, 2 more shekels. Wants to know what are the predictions for the McGregor fight.
Uh, you know, my first thing I would say is I wouldn't put money on it either way. It's a very close fight. Um, I can't bet. I wouldn't bet against Conor McGregor though. If I had my back to the wall, I think Conor gets it done tonight. I think that he's got more on the line here. Honestly, I think that um, if he wants to continue as a mixed martial artist over the next 5 or so years, he has to still be elite, right? And if he can't handle Dustin Poirier, then he's not on the elite level
Mm.
anymore. I think he knows that. I think he's been dialed in on training for 6 months, and I think Connor gets the job done. Um, a lot of people say that if he's going to win, it's going to be by knockout. I think that he wins regardless. I think even if it goes 5 rounds, it may be a close fight, but I see Connor getting his hand raised tonight.
What's your preference? Would you like? I mean,
Uh,
obviously you want it to go longer. No one's gonna say I want it to end in the first round. But would you rather it be like a 5 round decision or a knockout in the third or
I,
something?
I just want it to be exciting. I want there to be fireworks.
Mm.
Um, I want Connor to show that he's still the guy that won 2 belts, a few years ago. An active and prime Conor McGregor is good for mixed martial arts as a whole, and
Mm.
I want to see that guy back, even if it's just for a year before he goes off and boxes somebody else. I want to see that guy back for a while. It makes the whole thing a lot more fun.
Would it shock you if he came out and bit the other guy's ear off?
Nothing shocks me anymore, man. Nothing shocks me
Oh,
anymore.
but back then that shocked us. I was like,
Oh man,
did he
no
really just
kidding.
bite his ear off? Oh my god.
Twice, dude. He bit him twice. Like
That's
they
true.
didn't stop it after the first bite.
You get
Like
one. You get one, bite they throw out as a throwaway. So,
right, everybody gets one, right?
yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, I got some nice deals to talk about this week. Need to get into it, but before we do that, let's kick it off the way we always do by saying hello to our friends in chat, and of course, Andy McAvoy coming through with the show support. We really appreciate that, guys. Not just Andy, Traveling Man Mash,
All of
everybody,
you. Yeah.
all of you that support. Um, I guess we're really good at sharing with our patrons, but we probably should be a little bit better about sharing with the people who support us via other methods like tipping on YouTube. You guys are about to see the fruits of your donations within a month. Okay, uh, we kind of alluded to it at the end of the last show a little bit, but the entire channel is getting a makeover. I'm talking new logos, new video intros and outros, the whole 9 yards. We've got a lot of it done. There's still some left that we need to get finished, but I'm liking the way it's going, Roots. I think the stuff looks really nice.
Yeah, me too. I think it's all good. I think I need a new pair of headphones, man. I keep hitting my cord and then it cuts out the it's weird. You probably are different. I have my mic to where I'm monitoring my own voice. So I hear it. I'm used to it. So I can
Well,
hear instantly if it's off, I can hear it. It's just
Well, if you're serious about that and you really need a new set of headphones, let's talk about it off the air. We can do that. There's stuff I need too. Uh, I need a capture card. Honestly, I've got Roots. I'm going to have access to an unnamed PSVR exclusive, an upcoming big title pretty soon. And I don't want to put 720p video out, man. I don't
uh
think that that's up to snuff. So I'm in the market for a capture card. So maybe if you need something and I need something, maybe we need to talk about it off the air.
yeah, sounds good.
Thanks to people like Andy McAvoy and
Yeah.
Traveling Man and everyone on Patreon and Dave Station VR, and I could go on and on. I think we could pull it off. I think we could do it.
Dave Station's the official train tutor though. No one else is taking that from him.
He's the conductor for
He's the
sure.
conductor, yeah.
Anyway, Traveling Man 3775 in the chat, as is Mr. I don't want to butcher his name. Is that
Thamon,
Tamon?
I'd
Mr.
Thamon
Tamon?
or Thamon, something like
Yeah, Mr. Tamon, thanks for coming by. He says mom gets around. She
that.
certainly does. And if you watch us
Yeah.
any at all, you're going to find out quickly that she gets around quite a bit.
She gets around
Um,
too much, actually. I'm starting to get a little worried.
Mash Daddy in the chat, as is Spry Guy, and I think Roots, Lincoln Clay. Yeah, Lincoln Clay's in the chat as well. So we got a few people out on this Saturday night looking for a deal, Roots, and I've got some deals for them. They're in luck. And we're going to kick this episode off the way we always do by giving you your monthly or weekly, I guess, PS Plus reminder for the month of July. A whole new set of games, part of the PS Plus service this month. Roots just went live this past Wednesday. First of all, a Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is included with PS Plus this month, as is WWE 2K Battlegrounds. And then, once again, another PS5 title in the mix this month, a Plague Tale Innocence for the
Mm.
PlayStation 5 included. Roots, I'd never heard of that game, a Plague Tale Innocence, but if you check the trailer out for it, That game looks pretty awesome, man.
Yeah, so now that I'm in the market for PlayStation 5, I've been thinking, do I get the PlayStation Plus and then start getting these games, right, and download them? Although I'm starting to wonder, Wes, so am I ever gonna? As soon as I decided, that's when all the deals, all these links that Derail's just been throwing links, million at a time. Here, everybody, a PlayStation 5 for everybody except Roots. And then I was telling you in messages that I tried to go even to eBay and was just looking at eBay, just seeing some of the prices, and I had actually put in some counter offers. That's probably what pissed them off. Like $150 under for whenever it says offer. And then all of a sudden I get this email saying, you're doing suspicious activity. You're suspended from eBay
Huh.
permanently. And I'm like,
That's
what?
weird,
Like,
man.
it's very weird. I mean, it's keeping me from. I came to the conclusion that if I was even close to getting one for about, because I had at one point I could have gotten one for 750 with shipping. That's $250 over. Well, about $200 over. How much is a PlayStation VR?
About $200.
Yeah, so like if I'm just impatient, then the same price gets me both, right? So, uh,
Right. And then you don't have to worry about eBay scams, which is a real thing.
yeah, it's true. So
Now
anyway,
I saw one. I saw one in a link on eBay for like six something yesterday, and I started to click on it. I was going to give it to you, and then I thought, you know what? That's probably not even real. I'm not even going to bother with it because I'm going to get Roots' money took away, and then it's going to be another year before he gets his. Where if we just wait, 3 or 4 weeks, he'll probably be able to catch one.
well, I could have gotten a really like a $750 bundle, and that's what it would have been with tax and then $25 surcharge, and then I was going to get the $30 overnight shipping, but I would have gotten an extra controller and I would have gotten that sack game. It would have been pretty close to what it would have been worth. But I was like, no, I'm not spending 750. And then last night I'm considering doing it for no game, no controller.
Right.
I'm like, shit, I should have just gotten that last deal, but I'll think differently this time.
Well, I'll tell you, I wouldn't mind having another controller in the drawer. That's more than nothing. That is something, because apparently these thumbsticks have a finite life
Oh,
and are going to quit one day. Although mine's been flawless so far, and it gets a lot of use. So, um, but yeah, I wouldn't mind having another controller. So. I wouldn't blame you for picking one of those up. But with regards to the PlayStation Plus, pretty regularly you can go on these third party websites and get a year of it for like $40, and it probably would behoove you to go ahead and do that ASAP, so you can start picking up your monthly free games.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
anyway, with that behind us, the PS Plus for July. Again, guys, claim your free games. Don't be a procrastinator and let these games get by you, especially if you have a PlayStation 5. That Plague Tale, it just, if I'm not mistaken, was re released for PS5 so that you could, it has updated graphics and stuff, 4K, 60 frames per second. It looks like a cool game. Don't just procrastinate and let it go by. That's one that I actually think I might play, Roots. It looks really cool.
Yeah, it's free. Might as well.
Anyway, those of you who are in PSVR land, I guess some of you probably new owners like Eric. We got some deals this week on PlayStation VR. It was, their sales roll over bi-weekly, and this week is a new sale, and we got some good deals this week, Roots. I'd say that PlayStation, in terms of deals, it's where it's at this week. PlayStation has the best deals this week.
Yeah, there definitely a lot of good games in there for sure.
To kick it all off, how about the best game ever for $10? Resident Evil 7. I watched GT play a little RE7 on stream this week, Roots, and it never ceases to amaze me the emotional reaction this game gets out of people
Mm.
when they put the headset on to play.
Especially if, some people really get immersed easy. I mean, if you get immersed, I mean, that's just this game for me. As I'm getting sucked into the story, and then I realize I'm the character that's being chased. At like the moment that realization hit me, it was I've never felt that way in a game. Like I was like, oh my god, I need to start moving, right? That's crazy. This game's good. Just sitting here wondering, do I own it? Was it a physical copy I owned or digital? I don't know.
I don't know. I own both. So I
Yeah.
don't know. Watching GT, it was pretty cool watching GT play it on his PlayStation 5 because he said something that not a lot of people are willing to say. And he said that it looks better on his PlayStation 5. Now, to be clear, this game hasn't been patched for PS5, but it highlights something that I've said many times before that not many people are subscribing to. But anybody who's owned PSVR for a while knows what I'm saying is correct. Playing on PS4, you'll notice sometimes that a game will look really good, and then you'll go back in a week later, and all of a sudden it don't look as good as it did last week. And then you'll go back in again, and it'll look great. Uh, a lot of these games have dynamic things going on, dynamic foveated rendering, different uh, levels of anti-aliasing, and when the system, when your PS4 is running at its best, you can tell a difference in your game. Well, having a PS5 is like having a PS4 Pro that's always running at its best. So you will tell a difference in games like this. And I was happy to hear GT say it this past week. He
Mm.
said, I know it isn't supposed to, but it absolutely does look better on the PS5.
Are you gonna do it now? Are you gonna play again?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm sure I will. I mean, again, it's my favorite game ever. It's just one of those things I got to get back into PSVR. It's something I take in streaks,
Mm.
and we're due one. And again, we got profile releases coming very soon, so I'm sure I'll be on a PSVR run before you know it.
Yeah, that's true. Mash Daddy says his next playthrough on PSVR is going to be RE7, and Andy McAvoy can't wait for a Resident Evil 4 on the Quest 2. And you don't even have to wait that many months. We're now rounding. Oh, God, dude, man, time is flying too fast. We're almost halfway through summer. But we're coming into fall soon, right? I mean, would have it dropped in September, October? I mean, yeah, everyone's going to assume it's a little bit later, but who knows? Or did they
Yeah,
give a definitive date?
they have not given a date on it, but I got to imagine October is a strong bet for that one.
Yeah, absolutely. And Mash Daddy screams at the top of his lungs, James Bond. Oh, I mean, fracked to go
Oh yeah, man, Frack's
skiing.
going to be awesome. I mean, in dreams, we saw how innovative they can be with their last release, the Phantom Covert Ops. So yeah, Frack definitely way up there on my radar with regards to PSVR. There's others too. PSVR's got a great year ahead of it. It really does with you know games like Fracked and what's it called, Arashi, that ninja game that's getting ready to come out. So many others, Humanity. I mean, there's tons of good stuff coming to
Did you say
PSVR.
Ashiwash? Oh, Arashi. Are they getting Ashiwash too? They probably already have it,
They
right?
should. They
Yeah,
should.
they
Yeah.
should.
Moving on. Dreams. I don't know how everybody doesn't own Dreams at this point, Roots. It's been on sale constantly, and today no exception. $10 for
Ooh,
Dreams.
wow, that's a good deal. I wonder how. See, I want to know what's in Dreams, dude. That would make me
Everything.
pick it up. Well, everything, dude.
Yeah, there's all kinds of different games. It supports aim controller now, and I mean like everything.
Yeah. Oh, hey, that's
Um,
cool.
how about the best platformer VR has ever seen? Astrobot Rescue Mission, $12.
Oh God, this is steal, bro. This is just telling you how close we are to the second PlayStation VR 2, right?
Yeah. It's one of the no-brainers, right? When you think about PlayStation 5 VR, you know that it's going to be coming with the new Astrobot VR game.
Yeah, it has to. The other one was just so successful, and it was the best. So
Mash Daddy in the chat says "Song in the Smoke." Absolutely, man. To hear that guy, the developer behind "Song in the Smoke," talk about his journey into becoming a VR developer, uh, just his passion for the platform makes me want to play that game.
yeah, absolutely. Makes a big difference, right? If the developers got a big passion for it. That's what I was trying to explain to was it Toad Shambo about Tetris Effect, and telling him to go back and watch our conversations, because essentially I wanted him to see that it's art. It's
Yeah,
there's so much, without going into details, just so much more going on than just trippy backgrounds in Tetris.
yeah. It's more than just Tetris and VR.
Yeah.
Uh, Ace Combat 7. Here's another PSVR exclusive. Now, obviously, not a full VR game, and you know, just some extra content. Three missions to be specific. But if you like that sort of flight simulator, that jet fighter simulator, if you will, Ace Combat 7 among the best.
How cool would it be if they just put the whole game, rest of the game? Why couldn't they just put the rest of the game in VR? They could do it. You can't
For the
tell me.
longest time, people thought that's what they were going to do, but as launch approached, we found out the opposite.
You want to know why? Well, you know why I didn't put the trailer on here.
Yeah, I know. I was hoping that you didn't.
No, I'll never again, dude. Certain trailers just never will come back.
That's right, and that's certainly one of them. Five Nights at Freddy's VR, a very popular title, regardless of platform, at a very affordable price on PlayStation right now, $16.
Did you pick it up on ever on any of the systems for you? I know your kids keep wanting it on Quest, right?
I think PC's the only one. We've got it through our. I've got it on Viveport, so.
Okay.
When they want to play it, generally that's how we go about it. We play it on
Gotcha.
Viveport. My kid's got a computer in his room now, so we don't really need it on Quest anymore.
How cool with a 1080 Ti, slumming it with a 1080 Ti.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, a very reasonable price for Five Nights at Freddy's, $16. Pretty good deal.
Yep.
Paranormal Activity, a great deal this week. $6 for what I would consider a top 5 VR horror game. Paranormal Activity, very good and very affordable at $6.
Yeah, that's a steal.
Mash Daddy Cool in chat says that's Jim Hall. He loves Tetris Effect. I think we ran Jim off by talking about it too much.
Now Jim's, I think Jim's focusing on Jim or something because Mash and I don't even see him anymore. I think he's just he's got personal stuff going on or something. We miss you, Jim Hall, if you're out there somewhere. He is. He's probably catching up on all the Tetris Effect and what was the Fall Guy? I used to ask him if he'd seen the Fall Guy. So.
Yeah. So yeah, we're thinking about you, Jim Hall. If you're lurking out there, we miss you, buddy.
Yeah, we miss you, bro.
Box VR Roots, $10 for Box VR is a good deal. I'm not sure. I mean, I guess just by the fact that it's still called Box VR on PlayStation, that should tell me that it isn't quite updated as often as the Oculus version.
No, because like I don't even think it's called Box VR anymore. They've changed it all over. Hey, Jim Hall's out there. What's up, bro? We miss you, Jim. What's up?
So there he is, man. He's lurking, man, taking in all the Tetris Effect goodness.
Yeah, who doesn't love Tetris Effect? But yeah, no, it's now I'm discombobulated. But yeah.
But anyway, Box VR underwent a metamorphosis on all other platforms besides PlayStation and became Fit XR. But I guess it's still Box VR on $10, and that could be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on who you ask. But at any rate, $10 is I think like 66% off.
That's a good deal. Price. I need to actually go back into Fit XR since I haven't played that game forever. So
well, that was my wife's. That was my wife's exercise of choice there for a good long while. Even since it went to Fit XR, I had her go in and check out some of the allegations that was made against it, and as far as she could tell, everything she's always had access to is still in there. It's just you have to pay subscription for all this extra stuff that they put in.
Well, and if you're somebody that's super serious, like you know what I mean, it's probably really cool.
So. Yeah, and if it's something that's a little bit out of your price range with the subscriptions and all, maybe an alternative method will come up one day. Something cool like I don't know, advertisements in the game to pay for it for you. Maybe that's something that would make everybody happy.
Yeah, I'm sure people really want that for sure.
100%. Catch and Release, $12 on the PlayStation Store right now. This is kind of the PlayStation fishing game of choice. I've never played it, but most people that I know that have say it's pretty good.
Is it? That's an exclusive?
I'm not sure. It might be
Mm,
on Steam. I'm
okay.
not 100% on that. I've only ever seen people playing it on PlayStation. So if it isn't really an exclusive, it pretty much is anyway, you know.
That reminds me, I need to play some real VR fishing. I've owned that game for like almost 2 years or whatever, and still haven't gone into it. Still, the problem is my plan was to go into it with you and do a money show, and I'm just not going to go into it until I do that. So we need to make that
Well,
happen.
I've almost jumped into it a couple times recently, but I keep pulling myself back because I want to wait for that big update with the change to the gameplay mechanics and all the new
Mm.
maps and stuff. So I'm waiting for that to happen. When that happens, I'll be going in for sure.
Okay. Chris Richardson says if you owned it, you were grandfathered in. If not, it's the same game you and I bought, box slash fit XR. I don't know. So I did own it before it changed. So I'm grandfathered in. Sweet.
There
So does
you
that mean
go.
I get free? I get all the
Congratulations.
stuff free? That's awesome, dude. I feel good. I need to go back into fit XR for sure now. I'm the grandfather.
Yeah. You know, grandfather's workout, huh?
That's right.
At XR. Um, a lot to be said with all the new multiplayer first person shooter games that have come out in VR over the last year. A lot of big name titles, some better than others. But for my dollar, for my money, still the best of the bunch is Firewall Zero Hour. It's still at the top of the list for me. And it's on sale right now for $20.
It's
And I think
crazy.
it's worth it.
It's been out for 3 years and it's still the best. It is the best, and it's because the gameplay and the mechanics, the Rainbow Six Siege esque gameplay that everybody loves. They nailed it. They made their own version of it, and that's why it's so successful. So
Yeah, it's beautiful in the headset, even by today's standards. It has a all new UI compared to what it was when it launched. I say new; it's been out for a year, but it's got an overhauled UI. It's got seasonal content updates and daily challenges now that get piped into it. It's a
Mash
great game, especially if you got a crew to go in with. It's a lot of fun.
Mash said he just bought Ace Combat, and I was just thinking I could suggest this to you, Mash, because you have the aim controller. You should pick up Firewall Zero Hour. Wes has got the aim controller. Actually, a couple people, right? Who's the in the community that you played with? You could get a good group
Yeah,
going.
Drew Hack. Roy Schwartz. Roy Schwartz lives in Firewall, like he's in there 24/7. So yeah, a bunch of great strangers out there to play with.
So, how much did you say this was?
$20.
Oh shit, that's a steal.
Yeah, it is a good price. It does go on sale for less. I've seen it for $10 before, but $20 is certainly worth the $20. Or I wouldn't have put it on here otherwise.
Yeah, true.
But Mash, don't hit checkout quite yet. We've got some more good stuff coming. Like LA Noir for $15. This is one of your favorites, Roots.
Yeah, dude, I love the flat game and the man. I hope they do another one. Just any detective game, man. This was done so well. Even the VR version, people say is janky, but it's the movement around is not as good as I would think, but or would have liked, but it's still got the main mechanics and just driving around downtown. I think it's L.A. in the 40s or whenever it was. It's just really cool.
It makes you feel good knowing that the upcoming Rockstar VR game is going to be the second VR title that they put out. Because generally, that's how it goes with these studios, even the best ones. It's always the second effort that they really hit home with. The first one's always kind of a learning experience, right?
Yeah, they'll find out all the things that they did. And when this game was made, there was a lot of paranoia about movement. Like we're now at the point where devs are starting to figure out, okay, people can move with locomotion and be fine. And if not, you give them teleport. You don't have to have some weird swinging the arms thing. I mean, this this game, as amazing as it is, the three different choices equally suck in each way. And it's just bizarre, right? But other than that, I love this game.
Mash in the chat says that he got Firewall with his PSVR. Dude had a couple games
Oh,
that came with it, and that was one of them.
nice. He doesn't even have to worry about it, right?
So there you go, Mash. It'll probably be a week or two, but I definitely have a PSVR stint coming up. We need to Farpoint. We need to Firewall. We need to take advantage while I'm in that headset.
what if I'm able to get the PlayStation 5 next week and then we could all go in. Oh,
That'd
we
be
could be
sweet, dude. That'd be awesome.
yeah, that would be sweet.
Yeah, we got enough PSVR game cats in our community that we could put together a real crew and go in and we could do 3-on-3 easy. You know,
The game cats are the best, bro. The best.
absolutely. Speaking of the best, how about the best VR superhero game that we've seen to date? Iron Man VR, half off right now, $20.
And it doesn't it update with the PlayStation 5 graphically or no? Am I thinking
Not
of something wrong?
graphically, it's the same
Oh,
graphic,
play
which it doesn't need to be updated graphics. It's a beautiful game. The load times are dramatically reduced, and most of the performance issues that we saw on the PS4 have now been gone.
nice.
So
How much is it?
yeah, $20, half off.
Oh, wow. $20.
Yeah,
Crazy.
worth it, worth it. No heroes allowed. Another PlayStation exclusive, if I'm not mistaken. This is a tabletop um, a tabletop game, kind of like I don't know what to compare it to. It's a strategy game, and you get to play the bad guy as opposed to the hero. That's why, hence the name, No Heroes Allowed. This is one of the most underrated games in VR, from what people say. I haven't played it, but people say this is a very good game.
Oh, nice. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
$15. So pretty good deal on that one. Pixel Rip 1989 classic VR game. $7 right now, and its newer counterpart, Pixel Rip 1995, $14. Both of
Wow.
those games must own, in my opinion.
Yeah, dude, those games are awesome. And they got a new one coming out soon, right? Yuki?
Yuki, yep, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm so excited, bro. Like I love
A
Pixel
few
Rip.
weeks on that one, I think. That's not very long at all before
Yeah,
Yuki comes out.
yeah. Well, and they just keep banging, banging.
You know who else just keeps banging roots?
My
Oh
mom!
wow, she needs to slow down. She's getting up there in age, man.
Yeah. I said, yeah, well, she's not slowing down at all. Getting faster, in fact.
Well, she hasn't broke anything yet, so
PSVR Worlds, $9. This is an interesting roots because it absolutely 100% is tech demos. It's a collection of tech demos,
hmm.
but it's still a very good collection of tech demos. You've got the London Heist classic, the inspiration behind Blood and Truth. You've got the Scavenger's Odyssey, a great asteroid hopping shooter. You've got VR Street Luge routes where you can lay on your back and go downhill while oncoming traffic tries to avoid you. A lot of
Wow.
good stuff in PSVR Worlds for $9.
Yeah, it's a good deal. It's definitely better than $20 I paid for it, which I did. There's a physical copy I do not own anymore. So
Yeah, yeah. Mine's physical as well, actually. And that brings us to this week's deal of the week. Roots, people talk a lot about PlayStation VR exclusives and how superior that catalog is to the other catalogs with regards to exclusives. But a title you don't hear come up very much in that conversation that absolutely deserves to be in the conversation is Static. To this day, Static is one of the most creative and fun to play puzzle games that I've ever played since I've been in VR. And you'll hear it come up in hidden gems conversations. But I feel like this deserves to be in that conversation with regards to the overall catalog of exclusives. This is one that you can only play on PlayStation, and this is a great game.
yeah, yeah. Well, you know what's funny, Wes, is I have yet to play it. I own it. I bought it on digital copy, and then ended up it was right before I sold the PlayStation VR. I never played it, so I'll be able to play through it very soon. Disabled VR Warrior came in, says he's sorry he's late. He was sniping his ass off. He played till the battery ran out, and he's in love. He gets what peeps are complaining about, but the sniper rifles are amaze balls.
Yes. Yeah, I knew you'd like it, Wolfie. I'm glad to see that you didn't have to wait very long to get in there. I knew you were going to dig that game, and I'm glad to see that you're liking it the way I'm liking it. That sniper rifle is just it's so good. Get this Roots. Like I don't want to get off on a big thing about Sniper Elite again, but I booted up for the first time on PC, and I'm killing it. I'm absolutely killing it with the sniper rifle. After a little bit of practice, I switch over to the Quest version to check it out, which is great as well. It's a very good looking Quest game. Um, but when I start playing through the first levels again, I realize that when you're aiming that sniper rifle, there's a focus button that zooms it in even more and slows it down, makes it more stable. I
Hmm.
never knew that, dude.
Really?
I was doing great without the focus. Now that I've got that focus, man, I can shoot a fly off the dude's nose.
Yeah, it's the left trigger, right?
Yep.
It brings it in, zooms it in. You can hear him kind of breathe, and it's got the red diamond on it. Wolveraz, I was gonna ask you, did you because I forgot to mention to you, did you turn on the bullet? Would you call it bullet ride? Right?
Yeah,
Does
well, I don't know what it's called, but
doesn't do it by
there's an
default,
option.
right?
Right. I don't think so. There's an option to turn on
Mm,
the where you can ride the bullet with the X-ray kill
that's
cam, and it
so
you
cool.
yeah, you'd think it breaks immersion, but it really don't. It really just gives you a minute to regroup and get ready to reload. You know.
Yeah, especially. But what's cool is like when you hit them right in the eye or something, or in the teeth, or like some people like to do, hit them in the nuts. You can pretty much shoot them wherever, and it just slows it down. Boom. It's cool. I like it.
It's visceral. It's one of the better parts of the game, honestly. To sit back and admire your work after you pull the trigger.
Yeah, absolutely. Wolveraza says it's the most addictive part of the game. It absolutely is the most addictive part. You're doing other shots and you're thinking, man, I wanna get another one, and it doesn't do it, and then it does it, and you're like, ah, that itch was scratched, right?
Yeah, I love it, love it.
So
Anyway, Static, one of the very best puzzle games I've ever played. Creative use of the DualShock 4 controller, $4 right now on the
wow,
PlayStation Network.
no brainer.
Cheap, dude. It's a throwaway. Like you can't buy a pack of cigarettes for that.
Yeah, you're gonna feel like your hands are really locked in that box. I heard. So just do it.
Yeah,
Four
yeah.
bucks.
Great game. $4.
Mm,
Deal of the week. Static. $4.
yep.
The Impatient is $10, and this goes on sale quite a bit these days. But if you like being told a story, a narrative, um, in VR, a dark narrative, mind you, scary. If you like scary games, if you like being told a story, The Impatient is definitely one to check out. Your choices affect the path that the game takes, therefore giving it some replayability. Some people will argue that it isn't really a game. Well, whether it is or it isn't is up to you to decide. It doesn't matter because I enjoy story experiences. It doesn't have to be a game.
Yeah, very true.
So $10, a good price for that. And then last but not least, from the developers of The Impatient, a PSVR classic, one of the best VR games I've ever played. Rush of Blood is $9 on the PlayStation Store. A must own.
Mm, I don't know if I own this one either, Wes. Remember my nephew scratched it and I had to rebuy it, but I don't remember
I
if
do remember
bought
that.
it the disc or if I bought it digital. Now I always lean disc, but now I'm wishing I would have leaned digital.
Well, I don't know. I assume that when you go back into PlayStation, that you're going to be resuming your old account, right? Are you keeping your account or are you starting a new one?
No, I got my old one.
Well, I know that they gave Rush of Blood away with PS Plus once. So
Mm,
you might have it. I'm not sure if you were active during that period or
I don't
not.
know, but
It could be in your library.
yeah, I guess the thing is I could check and I could still buy them right now, with my account. So I don't have to have the PlayStation VR headset to add it to my account, right?
Yeah,
So,
definitely one you're going to want. Although I do hear that there are some technical issues with Rush of Blood on PS5. Like I hear um, it'll freeze up and crash
son of a
sometimes.
bitch.
So
Well, they need to fix it. Maybe they'll fix it by the time I D-Rail gets around to get me a link. D-Rail, I want my PlayStation 5. Where's my $2? I want my $2.
This is how good static is, Roots. Jim Hall in the chat says static is awesome.
Oh wow, yeah. I see, Jim. You've played these kind of games, bro.
Yeah,
Man,
it's great. It's a great game. It really is. I think I won that one in a giveaway, actually a long time ago. But I definitely I put some real time into it. It's a fun game. It will stump you. It's just hard enough, right? It's hard enough to make you think for a little while, but eventually you'll get it.
yeah.
Anyway, that's going to wrap up PSN for this week and move us on to this week's free stuff in the Epic Game Store. Not the best week for Epic Game Store, but they're making up for it a little bit by giving us 2 titles this week instead of 1. Bridge Constructor, The Walking Dead Edition, is free on the Epic Game Store this week. Apparently, this is a game, Roots, Bridge Constructor, a strategy game, and they did a Walking Dead version of it because everyone knows Rick died on the bridge. Oops.
Ooh,
Spoiler alert.
I don't think it was I think it's even the Walking Dead, that other Walking Dead from the picture. It looks like the one with Clem and the I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. I just
think
glanced
you're wrong
at
about
it.
that. I remember seeing Eugene.
Some bitch, dude. Don't you dare. No, you're probably right.
Also,
you.
Ironcast. Ironcast. Ironcast free on the Epic Game Store. This is a strategy role-playing game with mechs set in like old-timey Europe. So like a weird concept to be sure, but hey, bro, it's free.
It's free. Wolveraza says he's not good with clowns. What do you think? Do you think he should play through Rush of Blood?
I think that he should face his fears 100% and play Rush of Blood.
Yeah, because
if you don't like clowns, then what's better than blasting them in the face with a shotgun?
The best is when the clowns are coming at you and they're walking at you with intent. You know what I mean? Like they're not Michael Myers walking at you. They're coming at you quick and they're coming to get you. You probably crap your pants as you're shooting them, but you'd enjoy it.
Yeah, it's good times. It's the best roller coaster I've ridden in VR. It's the best rail shooter I've played in VR. It's great.
Yeah, it's so good. I want a sequel or I want something from somebody else. You know.
But with regards to the Epic Game Store and the free games, this week a little bit weak. Next week, not going to be. We already know what's coming next week. And next week, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting a VR game. We're not getting any VR game either. We're getting a good VR game next week. Abduction is going to be free on the Epic Game Store next week. So definitely tune in. It's not one you're going to want to miss.
Yeah, dude, that's a good game.
It's a great game. And then we move on to Oculus Quest. And before we get started on Oculus Quest, I want to say something about the Oculus Link store, previously known as the Oculus Rift store. I'm not going to cover it anymore on this show. And the reason why is there's no easy way to check. The on sale page for Oculus Rift is no more. So literally for me to cover the Oculus Rift store, I would have to bring up the hundreds and hundreds of games that are in the Rift catalog and go through every one of them each and every week, only to find out that the only thing that's on sale is Chair in a Room Green Water and Fat Foods. And I'm not going to do that. When there are Rift sales, they typically tend to be Quest games that are cross-buy that are also on sale for Quest. So if I see a Rift sale somewhere, of course I'll share it, but I'm not going to be checking it on a week in and week out basis. It's just not worth the time I would have to put into it.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't blame you. It's just pretty much dead then. You know, Wes just declared it. It's dead. And Wolveraza says clowns make him white knuckle in real life. He wishes he was joking. See, that's what you need to go and look at that. See that guy coming at you? Imagine that guy's coming at you, Wolveraza, and you're shooting at him, and then you look over and there's another clown right next to you. Oh man, there's nothing better. It's awesome.
It's awesome. It really is good.
Yeah.
That's just one level, bro. You can get through it. It's
That's
first
true.
level.
That's true. It's not all clowns. So
But anyway, Oculus Quest store. Moss is on sale right now for the Oculus Quest. We just got word.
Mm,
Don't want to spoil tomorrow's show or anything, but we just got word that Moss Book 2 is finally on its way to us. We got a reveal trailer for it this past week. But Moss is one of those must-own VR games. Anyone
mm.
who has VR should own Moss. And if you don't own Moss, you can pick it up right now on Oculus Quest, 40% off,
Wow.
$18.
Let me ask you this, Wes, because this is another one of the few that we've had discussed in the past, whether it be Arizona Sunshine, Red Matter, Moss, certain games that weren't crossed by. There's no way we're paying full price, but looking for that price deal. Is there any part of you that has almost bought this for the Quest? Have you bought it for the Quest? Or is it something that you're like, I ain't wasting my money on this? 18 bucks.
I'd need it to be around 10, I think, for me to pull the trigger on it for Quest.
40%.
Yeah, I own it on multiple platforms. I've played it and beat
Mm,
it on multiple
so you're
platforms.
not playing
I
it
am.
again.
I'm going to. I will play it again right before the book 2 comes out. I'll probably
Mm,
run through it one more time. Um,
could be on
but
Quest.
it'll be on PC when I do. That game's so beautiful. I like cranking it up.
Oh, reverb it.
Yeah, for
You
sure,
know, yeah. This
hundred
is one of
percent.
those games where it doesn't tracking is not an issue at all.
Nope.
Um. So yeah. So I don't know. I almost did buy it. I almost bought it on Quest 2 today because I'm like, man, I'd never pay 30 bucks. I only own it on the PC store. I mean the PC store, the Steam rip off Gaben store, and but I don't know. So.
Yeah, I've got it on one of the PC platforms as well as Viveport and a physical PSVR copy of it.
Mm.
I've got it. I don't need it again.
You need it one more time on Quest.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess it would be a good demo title. It's good for newbies.
Yeah. Well,
Anybody can pick that up and play it.
this hallway, this entryway, right? The library is so cool. Like Harry
Yeah,
Potter esque.
it's like Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Today's daily deal on Oculus Quest is Void Racer. Now, this is one I'm considering picking up, Roots, because it is only $7.
Yeah, I almost got this one as well, Wes. I'm looking at this game and I'm like, do I pick it up? And I was reading it's kind of, I guess it any different than what that other game we have? The
Radio,
Radius
Radio
Radio
G.
G.
I don't know. I've never played Void
Mm.
Racer.
Well, you can race your friends, it says.
Well, that's a big plus. I mean, for $7 for a multiplayer game on Quest that's pretty much bargain basement dirt cheap.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. This is the weekly deal, right? I don't have to get it right
No,
away.
this is the daily deal. You got about
Oh,
5 hours left on
oh
it.
God, dude. Well, only the live people.
Pressure.
Pressure, man. We could get this. We should be playing it. We should be racing. I wonder if you can use your wheel. That'd be cool. I doubt it.
I doubt it as well. I don't know how you'd connect the wheel to
Otis.
the Oculus Quest.
Oh, that's true. Oh man, they need to figure that out.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
Bundles this week, couple solid bundles. It seemed like I've seen this one before. Synth Riders and O Shape bundled together for $34. We recently saw this bundle, did we not?
I could have sworn we did as well. And we already own Synth Riders. I wonder how much O Shape is. This is O Shape's actually kind of a cool game, especially I think your kids would really like it.
Yeah,
You know?
well, I don't know. I didn't check into it, but you're right. We do have Synth Riders on Quest, so I don't know. Might be worth looking into. It might be just a few bucks, 32 bucks or 34 rather for the bundle. And Synth Riders, something we're likely to be picking back up again soon, as there's new DLC that just came out. There's a new level, which is the coolest thing about Synth Riders is that there's actually different levels that you move through. So I'm good. I'm glad to see them leaning into that.
Yeah, absolutely.
The other bundle this week, I don't think we've seen before. Iron Lights is being bundled with Solaris for $32. So multiplayer goodness here, Roots. Not much money, $32.
Yeah, and maybe cross play someday with the PlayStation VR, right? Maybe, or no? Is that
Yeah,
never coming?
well, I think that it's in the works. I'm not 100% though. Don't quote me on that.
Cool.
I need to get to the bottom of that. I will. I will get back to you on that. I need to find out.
Cool.
But yeah, bring it up in a week or two here, and I'll find out for sure whether or not that's in the works. But anyway, a solid price for two solid games, $32 on Oculus Quest, pretty good deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, that brings us to Steam and the aftermath of the Steam summer sale. Not much going on Steam, but a few good titles on here for pretty good prices. First of all, we just talked about Synth Riders, $14 on Steam right now. I would say that it's worth $14 all day long.
All day. Multiplayer goodness.
Yeah, Wolverizing in the chat says, "Remember the show Hole in the Wall?" No, but you know who stands beside a hole in the wall all day long?
My mom.
Yeah, she's waiting, Wes.
It's glorious.
She's on the prowl.
Hinge. Now here's a deal for you. Hinge, one of the better horror releases of the last year. $10 for Hinge right now.
Wow, that's a steal, bro. It was one of those things we said about this game that we criticized was the release price. $10 is definitely really palpable, and they've also fixed all the issues we had. They had on launch, right? So
yeah, most of that stuff's been fixed. The performance issues, and not only that, they've added content to this game. Like they've changed the game in a tangible way. From what I can read from their community posts.
you need to go in and check this out with your 3080 now, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, you have a better video card and processor than you did when you tried it.
I've been back in once since then. It's been a while though. It's been updated a couple times since I did it. So
Cool.
Synth Wolveraza says synth is my favorite music and gross. I guess that last mom joke wasn't for him. Huh?
Well, you know, I can't control what she does. I try to tell her not to do it. It's frowned upon in society.
Yeah.
She doesn't care.
You know, these specific types of holes in the wall that we were joking about, I have actually seen one of these holes in a VR game.
Oh, wow. Really?
And not one of those games either. Not it's on PSVR, not on Steam.
That's weird. Can you imagine? Like, oh my
I
God.
can, dude. It was crazy. Anyway, let's talk about some bargain basement stuff. Some solid games for not much money. How about ATEC Cybernetic for $4?
Wow. Isn't it Scion, I think, was just playing through this recently and said it was good. So
yeah, a lot of people prefer this over like Doom VFR. I don't know if I'd go that far with it, but not a lot of negative things being said about it. It's one of those games that goes on sale a lot, and for no good reason. Apparently, this is a solid, high quality game.
yeah, absolutely.
And the same could be said for Gates of Nowhere, which is $3 on Steam right now.
Wow.
And I remember Alex was high on this one when he first tried it out.
Steel. You got a torch. You got the real physics of the chain. It shows you the progression, right? Of where games have come. That was a big deal when this game was released, right?
Yeah, this game's been out for a while and pretty scary and fairly difficult from what I understand.
$3. No brainer.
$3.
Yeah, cheaper than the price of a cup of coffee, Red Bull, or some crack.
Well, I don't know, man. You can get $3 worth of crack, I bet.
That's true.
I bet the $3 crack guy has a line a mile long in front of him. It's the same 5 people coming back over and over and over again.
The problem is it doesn't stop at $3. It's a trap, Wes. Don't fall for it.
Anyway, Chris Richardson, can you flush? Need to be able to flush in a VR bathroom.
Well, that's true. You know, there are certain things when you go into a VR, like certain places, a lot of people will walk right over the toilet and see if you can flush to see how realistic it is, right?
Well, that's my developer test. That it's not always 100% accurate, but you generally can tell how good a job the developers have done by what happens when you try to flush the toilet. So,
Yeah, because I mean, when have you ever? Rarely do I ever walk and not flush a toilet and have it not flush, unless the chains come off or something. But then you're gonna feel it, right? And then maybe you hear the clink, and then you think, "Oh man, I really needed to flush this in VR." Of course.
generally, if you walk into a VR game and the toilet flushes, then it's going to be a pretty good immersive game.
It's gonna be a banger. No, this is not Waltz. This is Gates of Nowhere, I believe, if we're in the same game.
Yep.
So
Yep. Gates of Nowhere, $3.
$3.
Steam right now.
Steal.
Right, that almost wraps us up, but a couple more stops to make. First of all, Fanatical has a brand new VR bundle this week. VR Adrenaline Bundle. You know what they should have called it, Roots?
The Servios package.
The Servios Bundle.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I thought that's
absolutely
what it
right.
was. When I saw the games, I thought, oh, it's a Servios bundle, and then I looked at it and I was like, no, that's not the name of it.
Well, I can say this. For those of you who've been holding out to get a good deal on The Walking Dead Onslaught, I think this is the time for you to pull the trigger. Because $20 will get you The Walking Dead Onslaught,
Mm-hmm.
but it will also get you Creed. It will get you Sprint Vector, Battle Wake, Raw Data, and Electronauts. So
Mm.
six solid Servios titles, probably the best of them being Onslaught. Uh, but I don't know. A lot of people would say Raw Data is the best of the bunch.
Really? So I see. I was gonna say, if I had to put them in order, it would be Onslaught, Creed, Raw Data, maybe Battle Wake. You forgot to mention. Did you mention Battle Wake in there?
Yeah,
This is
yeah, yeah.
the
I went down
best
the whole
sailing
list.
game. Actually, this isn't bad. This is a good game. It's just not wasn't my what I wanted out of a
Just
thing.
wasn't
But
what you wanted, right? It wasn't that. What's that game you like to play?
Sea of Thieves,
Sea of
20
Thieves.
bucks. Yeah, which they just brought in the Pirates of the Caribbean, by the way, which is kind of cool. 20 bucks, dude, and you get all of those games. I'd say Onslaught alone is worth 20 bucks. The Walkers got me. And then
It's got me.
got me. Oh yeah, it's good. That's a good deal.
Yeah, I agree. $20 is a fair price for Onslaught. All this other stuff is just bonus. So if you've been waiting on picking up Onslaught, I think this is the time to do it. And hey, if you've got a couple of these games, I know a guy who will find a good home for those extra keys.
Yep. He knows a guy who knows a guy. And actually what you're doing is giving it to the community, which is awesome. So
Absolutely. And last but not least, that brings us to Old Faithful Viveport. Roots, I'm thinking about, we don't get a new game every week from Viveport, but there's so much to talk about on there. I might just start reminding people the weeks that we don't have a new game, just start reminding them about some of the other games that are on Viveport. There's so much; it's hard to remember everything good that's on there.
that's true. Actually, we could do like just like we're doing now, Viveport section at the end. And if it's not new, it's highlighted. Hey,
Right.
these are. Did you know these are on there? And it'd be kind of cool because it gives us a reason to look through, and we'll find games. We might even find some inspiration for future episodes of the best of Viveport.
Absolutely. But this week is a week where there is a new title on Viport, and it's a pretty solid one at that. Right. The Eye of Atlantis is now part of the Viport Infinity catalog, and this is for everyone, not only annual members. We covered this one, and we had a good time doing it.
Yeah, that was good. And I'm wondering, Scion picked it up, right? Wonder if how much
I'm
far
not
he played
sure.
into it. He
Yeah,
was
he was
picking it up.
talking about getting it.
Yeah, yeah. If he didn't, if he has Viveport Infinity, he can play it for free.
There you go.
Yeah.
So get this, Roots. Next week, the puzzlers out there are going to be able to play right for free, and then they're going to be able to play abduction for free.
Oh my
Nuts.
god. If you play Abduction, you need to let me know. Like, what is that guy in the locked up cell? What's it? What is the deal, bro?
I
I
don't
need
know,
to
man.
know,
We
Wes.
need to figure it out. Yeah, me too. It's been so long that now though I would want to start all over, and
Yeah.
I've got real time in that game, and I'm going to just flush it all down the toilet to start all over again.
You have a reason though, Wes. You can
I got
G2 it, bro.
That's exactly right. It's a very good reason too.
Yep.
But anyway, that's going to wrap up our show for this week. Hope you got some money left. Hope you didn't. Hope you didn't spend all your money on Ace Combat and miss out on Static, Eric. That's a good one. But
Yeah.
anyway, if you liked the episode, give us a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please hit that big red button and the bell to stay up with all of our content. Good stuff coming up this week here on the Virtual Strangers channel. For those of you who want to do a little more, well, you absolutely can do so by supporting us on Patreon, where for as little as $3 per month, you will gain access to our weekly show notes. You will gain access to insider updates and exclusive content, including the always awesome Money Show. So big thank you to all of the out there who support us on Patreon and other means, like those who supported us with tips in chat today.
Yeah, and that's one thing I was gonna say before we get on to the last thing here. We're gonna incorporate. We talked about this, and it's gonna take me to do it, but I need to do a Discord channel for the patrons, and I need to weekly. We'll keep track of people that have just donated in the chat as well, and you'll get patron access for the month. You know what I mean? They shouldn't be limited to just going through the Patreon, right?
Yeah,
If you're
well,
donating in the chat, then I think you should get it as well.
yeah. So we said it at the top. We're going through a bit of a channel makeover or a relaunch, even you could call it. So this is certainly one of the things we probably should address as we reorganize and restructure.
Yeah, absolutely.
But anyway, with all that said, one more thing. We would like to invite you all into our home. The front door you will find in the description below in the form of an invitation to our Discord. This is where we all hang out. It's where we talk VR, where we talk life, where we get games going in a multiplayer sense. It's where we all hang out 24/7. And we would like to invite you to join us. So, again, there's a invitation in the description down below. Give it a click and hit us up.
Yeah, like if you have this like very you just crave, you want to pick Westradamus's mind. I think that's the best part of the Discord is we're accessible. You can talk to any of us. You know what I mean? Like not only us but the community. So
Absolutely, absolutely, and a lot of awesome people in there. So, and it's growing every day. So, we invite you to join the party. Well, we're only going to be the best kept secret in VR for so long, and then it's going to blow up. So,
that's right.
get in early.
Yeah, the best kept secret in VR. I like that.
Anyway, with all of that said, friends, we'd like to thank you all once again for watching. For Roots, I'm Wes. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.
Take it easy.